no, this is not a spring chicken. Boy, happy Monday. You know, one of the things this Monday is you find out all the fallout that's been happening over the weekend, and you're learning we are all related. All the economies of the world. They do take a look at the United States and how it affects them. But for now, we'll bring Oldecam on for comments on the headlines of today. Slump as U.S. financial crisis escalates.
Well, you can't borrow any money. You can't borrow any money. The stocks are going to continue to fall.
I know, and it's not just large companies that's affecting, nor...
It's not just small companies, it is large companies. Companies the size of Caterpillar cannot borrow money to keep their businesses going, and as they said this morning, Caterpillar may simply fold as a result.
China detained 6 more in contaminated milk case.
It's called they got caught.
Many Afghans disillusioned 7 years after U.S.-led invasion.
Well, because the British commander says that we cannot win the war and we have to negotiate with the Taliban now, which means you put them back in charge again.
Ooh, that's bad. Obama to link McCain to Keating 5 savings and loan scandal.
Well, that's because Sarah Palin linked him to a bunch of left-wing radicals who would like to bring down this country.
Well, there's a difference.
That's right. Keating was found innocent. The radicals...
Well, and McCain's linking to Keating, like environmental apparent.
Yeah, we were talking about that, which is going to have a thing up. We knew the press would simply twist the information to make it look like it was an environmental disaster, which it wasn't.
Analysis: Palin's words may backfire on McCain.
Well, that's because they're saying that the type of judges that he would appoint would be like William Ayers, the Reverend Wright, and the people that caused the financial problems over at Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which basically he would because he's a left-wing liberal.
Defense renews bid to end Stevens trial.
Yeah, well, first of all, he had the right to ask the trial to be held in a different venue. They refused it.
Simpson jury: we didn't need witnesses to convict.
I know, I love that one. 5 of them said they knew he was guilty before the trial, before they'd ever been picked to be jurors, which nullifies the jury. One of them said, well, we're not an all-white jury. There's a Hispanic in my background. And then the others, and they all agreed on, well, the audio tapes, which the court ruled were basically admissible, even though the FBI said they'd been tampered with, were so good that that's all they needed. Well, you cannot convict a person on an audio tape in this country. You have to have first-hand information. Audio tapes are not first-hand.
Do you think this is one of those things where Vegas says, if LA can't do it, we can?
Well, they already said we're going to teach. We're going to teach that end person a lesson and show Los Angeles how it's done.
Dow Jones Industrials falls. People still have rights.
Yeah, not anymore.
Dow Jones Industrials fall below 10,000 for the first time in 4 years.
And they're going to continue to fall. As we were told, it was too little, too late.
Democrats hold hearings.
Yeah, you're gonna, within minutes of them starting the first of their hearings and threatening to put people behind, they said this is the way it was. The people of this nation want to see people with their hands handcuffed behind their backs taken to jail. And George Bush, John McCain, and Cheney are responsible for the situation. That's basically saying we're going to jail the President of the United States, as they say in the same breath. And people are tired of Congress simply. You can cook fish in a microwave. Cooking chicken in a microwave is far more difficult. I mean, I can go along with it. Last night I bought something really great, broccoli and rice and chicken. I cooked it exactly as it said, and I overcooked it, and the chicken wasn't done.
Oil falls below that. Spreading financial turmoil will curb crude demand.
Yeah, it's below $90 a barrel right now because nobody has any money. Wow. This is the trick. Congress cannot get it through their heads. No one can get it through their heads. The problem is not that the market is bad, it's just no one has any cash.
Russian troops start dismantling Georgia posts.
Yeah, but that was supposed to have been done a month ago.
Egypt's top diplomat in Iraq. 11 die in U.S. raid.
Well, he also supports the Muslim right.
Americans eye Bella and continue cutting back.
Well, yeah, they were cutting back before, which is why the problem exists. Okay, as long as you're spending, money is flowing. If you're not spending, no money is flowing. Therefore, banks have nothing to be able to loan to people. I mean, the bailout did nothing to put money into the banking system. Nothing. It just stopped the credit flow. It stopped the bleeding on Wall Street.
7 Palin aides to testify in abuse of power probe.
They wouldn't be testifying if they thought anything was going to come of it.
Biden cancels events after mother-in-law's death.
Yeah. Now, why didn't the press make a major bit of this? Biden flies to mother-in-law's funeral. I mean, isn't that, they made a big deal out of Bush, out of McCain suspending it so he could go to do his job, but and Barack Obama says you can do both things. So why isn't he campaigning and, doing the funeral bit at the same time?
I know.
That's against what Barack Obama believes in.
Maybe because it's for the family.
That's still irrelevant. Barack Obama says you can do two things at once if you're president.
Oh, that's true, huh?
That's right.
Maybe there's a double standard for vice president.
No, vice president could be president. Does that mean that the world comes to an end if there's a family emergency?
Oh, boy. Battered financial industry faces more oversight.
Actually, if you consider that, I'm thinking about that, the world could come to an end if the family emergency was more important than a nuclear outbreak.
Ooh, that's right, huh?
That's right.
Bank of America settles lawsuit over bad mortgages.
Oh, yeah. They're an $8 billion settlement, but basically they're going to suspend the interest on the loans. They still can't pay the loans. It doesn't solve anything.
Although, when people first get a mortgage, they're basically paying almost all interest.
Yeah, but they're still, okay, they're behind. These are people that cannot pay for the houses they had to begin with. Suspending the interest on a house they can't make the payments on to begin with isn't going to be able to...
But since most of their payments are all interest only, interest in the beginning.
Yeah, but that's the interest. They still haven't stopped the payments. They just suspended the interest. But you still got to make the payments.
Playboy looks for bear market on Wall Street.
Yeah, they're trying to get women on Wall Street to pose for $1,000 to $2,000 that have lost their jobs.
Yeah, right.
But they did this the last time there was a problem on Wall Street, and they got tons of people. Mostly it's secretarial staff and things like that. Maybe a stockbroker that wants to let people see she's hot.
John McCain wants to distract you with smears rather than talk to you about substance.
Okay, let's put this. If it is anything remotely involving the truth to the Democratic Party, it's a smear campaign. But if they do it, it's the truth.
Oh, boy. Chancellor Angela Merkel announced Sunday that Germany would guarantee all private bank accounts.
Yeah, and because they couldn't get they couldn't save their main bank, so now the government's going to step in and guarantee it. But they'll only guarantee so much, and they haven't exactly said how much of those accounts they're going to guarantee.
Oh, it's always that fine print that gets you.
That's right.
What I do want is a judge who is sympathetic enough to those who are on the outside.
That's what Obama says. Nothing, when his statement about judges has to do with the law. Oliver Wendell Holmes said, the law is the law is the law. Mr. Obama and the people on the left feel that the law should be catered to the people, not that people should obey the law.
There comes a point. John McCain, erratic in a crisis, out of touch on the economy.
The crisis is where, this is the Obama people. The one thing that he is good at, they said, is crisis. Out of touch on the economy because he said he didn't do the sky is falling like the other people is. He said the economy is fundamentally sound, which it is. There just isn't any money. Obama cannot fix the fact there is no cash by raising taxes.
Google deal with Yahoo draws more opposition.
No, absolutely. The courts don't like it because it puts too much power in Google. Okay, they know Yahoo is failing, and if Yahoo is failing, then Google is going to simply come in like a shark fool.
American Airlines considers a la carte pricing.
Yeah, which means you're gonna find out what it's going to cost you after when you go look for when you go to the airport. Then instead of online, everything will be a different price now.
A Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the animal kingdom.
Considering the economy is in as bad a shape, the simple solution is to simply get more money into the system.